In the silent expanse of the ghostly dragon cave, the air itself seemed to hum with anticipation, as if the realm had been holding its breath for this very encounter. Ling Han's gaze swept over the small figure before him, a boy whose aura, though diminished, still carried the remnants of a might that once shook the heavens. The boy's eyes, wide and wary, reflected a mix of fear and pride as he spoke. Why would you even guess such a thing? Ling Han let out a dry laugh, the sound echoing through the cavern like steel ringing off stone. Foolish child! If you were not that ancient alternative dragon, how could you possibly absorb the essence of the true dragon's tooth? And yet you carry yourself with such maturity, so ancient in bearing, that any mortal would think the same. With a casual flick, he tossed the boy aside, his movements fluid, deliberate, as though the very air bowed to his strength. Over him went a piece of clothing, Ling Han's own attire, vast and heavy. The boy struggled into the garment, its sleeves swallowing his small arms, dragging across the stone floor with every movement. He cast a glum look at the folds, muttering, "Is there nothing smaller?" Ling Han's lips quirked in amusement. "Yes, but they're all meant for girls. Would you care to try one of those instead?" A hesitation flickered across the boy's face, but pride won out. "I'll wear this one then." He rolled the sleeves and pant legs as best as he could, yet the clothes hung about him like sails in a storm, drawing a laugh even from the composed Ling Han. The boy's eyes flashed, embers of defiance igniting. "Since you already know who I am, yet you dare to laugh at me, do you tire of living?" A swift movement, a single strike to the crown of the boy's head, and pain flared across him. He clutched his skull, bewildered. "What is this? I should have crushed you just now." Ling Han's voice was calm, measured, yet carried an edge of exasperation. "Open your eyes, child. What in me resembles a scion of the dragon race?" The boy's disbelief painted his features. "You are not of dragon blood? But I sense the dragon's aura within you." It was natural for him to think so. Ling Han's wife bore the dragon blood, their son inherited it, and Ling Han himself had owned the Nine Dragons' tyrant body art, exuding a faint dragon-like essence. Ling Han lifted the boy effortlessly, his tone teasing yet probing. "I almost forgot to ask. What is your name?" The boy attempted to mask his wriggling, trying to embody solemn dignity, yet in Ling Han's grip, the charade crumbled. His body twisted and writhed, fury and embarrassment mingling into a storm of pride. "Even if you are not a dragon descendant, I am your senior by countless years. Show respect. This world still awaits my hand to save it." Ling Han's mind raced. This being, once the untouchable alternative dragon, had spanned eons, surviving trials that even immortals could not overcome. He had to know the truth of the reckoning. Rebirth could not be squandered here in quiet decay. The boy's role was far greater. Could this saving truly signal the splitting open of the heavens themselves? Ling Han pressed. "Do not delude yourself. This place only opens through the flower of dead souls. It is your craft, tied to your resurrection. And remember, I am the one who brought the flower of dead souls. Your airs of seniority are misplaced. Do you long for another reprimand?" The boy's aura dimmed under the weight of truth. Ling Han was indeed the benefactor, the key to his rebirth. Resentment gave way to pride as he declared, voice trembling with defiance, "I am Helion Tianyun, the mightiest dragon of this realm." Ling Han's eyes narrowed. The alternative dragon had indeed been reborn, yet his temperament retained the stubborn pride of ages past. He could well match descending immortals, a force beyond reckoning. Yet, the mention of Helion, could he be the progenitor of Helion Rong? And if he learned of Ling Han's wife, the consequences would be grave. Ling Han extended a hand, a silent challenge. "After millennia of sleep, how have you returned?" Helion Tianyun's chest rose with pride. "With my power, is it so strange to claim a second life?" Ling Han's gaze darkened, unconvinced. Even in the immortal realm, reincarnation was no simple feat, yet this was their first meeting. Secrets would be guarded jealously. The dance of revelation was delicate. Only mutual disclosure could forge trust. Ling Han leaned closer, his voice a low murmur that resonated through the cavern. "When you spoke of saving this world, did you mean splitting open the heavens?" Thunder rolled like the roar of ancient beasts, shaking the cavern walls. Helion Tianyun faltered, awe and anger mingling. "You monster! The heavens cannot bear your presence. You threaten the very balance, and yet the world senses you. seeking to smite you with a tribulation of thunder. Ling Han's face darkened, vexed by the title bestowed upon him by a creature older than history. Helion Tianyun's frustration spilled over. How long have I slumbered that a mortal like you appears? I sought to save all life, to become the Messiah, yet you have stolen my legacy. Why did I not awaken sooner? Ling Han's voice cut through the tempest. Temper your lamentation. I have no grief. None of my kin have perished. Helion Tianyun snapped, irritation and jest entwined in his tone. Ling Han could only shake his head. The dragon's nature, it seemed, was ever bound to jest and defiance, even in the face of resurrection. The dragon's gaze sharpened, now laced with urgency. The reckoning of the immortal realm. You must understand its truth. That is why the skies must be split. Ling Han nodded, attentive. In your past, why did you not shatter the void and ascend as an immortal? Was it the sky-sealing great formation that hindered you? Helion Tianyun's sigh carried the weight of centuries. Indeed, even at my peak, I could not overcome it. I devised an alternative plan. Gravely injured, I returned here and perished, leaving a fragment of my divine sense within the true dragon's tooth. With a divine herb, I reformed my body, merging with the fang itself. A proud smile twisted his lips. I cultivated the fang to rival a true dragon. Even immortals would covet such a treasure. Now, after countless eons, condensing its essence and aided by the flower of dead souls, I live again. This time, I will bear the thoughts of all life and succeed where I once could not. Ling Han's eyes gleamed with understanding, the cavern's shadows dancing across his sharp features. In this reunion of ancient might and reborn ambition, the air trembled with the promise of a world about to witness legends reborn, heavens split, and the eternal clash of dragon and mortal will. In the dim haze of the netherworld's echoes, Helion Tianyun's voice carried the weight of lifetimes, a resonance of ambition tempered by caution. In the past, he had yearned to rend the very heavens asunder, yet he knew the truth of power. No single being could tear the skies without the aegis of a nation behind them. For even immortals, their might alone was repelled by the unyielding fabric of the world. Only the consent of countless lives, the collective pulse of a realm, could grant such a feat, and yet even that burden was nearly unbearable. He, with the indomitable frame of the dragon race and the power of the alternative dragon, had once refrained, knowing that the weight of a nation's essence would crush him without mercy. Now, reborn and reforged by the true dragon's tooth, Helion Tianyun's body had been renewed, his shattering void tier cultivation promising a vessel of unimaginable resilience. Perhaps, in this second life, he might truly bear the thoughts and essence of the realm itself. And yet, he laughed, a deep, reverberating sound that rippled through the misted void around him. Yet now, a monster like you exists, he said, eyes glinting. I may walk easier. The heavens themselves tremble at your presence. Destiny favors your success far beyond mine. Ling Han's gaze sharpened, calm but probing. You are fortunate indeed, for the flower of dead souls has arrived alongside me, an artifact of the netherworld, rare in a lifetime. But mark my words, even the true dragon's tooth cannot preserve your soul eternally. A smile curved Helion Tianyun's lips, enigmatic and assured. Destiny has favored me once more, for I have returned to life. Ling Han inclined his head slightly, curiosity flickering. And you intend to aid me? Naturally, Helion Tianyun replied, eyes clouded briefly by memory. Even in this life, I could not hope to breach the sky-sealing great formation myself. The weight of its power nearly claimed my existence before, and only the rending of the skies could offer a path forward. A shiver ran down his spine. The memory of his past suffering etched deep. Ling Han chuckled lightly. And yet you are but a body-refining tier cultivator at present. How do you intend to assist me? Helion Tianyun's chest rose proudly. This body, born anew from the true dragon's tooth, carries the might of my former apex existence. There will be no bottlenecks along this old path. Give me years and resources, and I shall ascend once more. My dragon's aura now eclipses all before me. Even dragons themselves would bow beneath my majesty. The weight of his words resonated in the air. If Helion Tianyun could command the seas while Ma Duobao and Ling Han held the land, the realm might be unified without strife. Ling Han's lips curved in quiet approval. The lesson of the alternative dragon had borne unexpected fruit. Linghan's gaze shifted toward the ethereal flower still absorbed within Helian Tianyun. Yet with the flower of dead souls within you, how do we depart? Helian Tianyun's eyes glimmered with disdainful mirth. Foolish boy, this place, crafted from my very being, was meant only to shield my soul. The true dragon's tooth drew you here, and now that I am reborn, the need for this refuge has vanished. Though weakened, his form still carried the echoes of his former alternative dragon self, a legacy that could not be denied. Linghan hesitated, then spoke. I shall introduce you to a few companions. Astonishment crossed Helian Tianyun's face. In this barren void, where no soul lingered, the thought seemed absurd, until, with a shimmer of spatial energy, a few figures materialized before him. His eyes widened. Spatial divine tool. An authentic spatial divine tool. This boy is truly favored by fate, and descendants of the dragon race. I can sense it. His gaze fixed on Helian Sun Shui and Ling Jian Shui, recognition alighting his features. Helian Sun Shui's brow furrowed, suspicion in her gaze. Who is this child? Heir of your lineage. Helian Tianyun declared, voice aged with gravitas. Disbelief flared in her eyes. She reached forward, intent on testing the claim, but the air around her thickened. A wave of supreme dragon might radiated from Linghan, causing her body to falter. Legs buckling, she collapsed, held firmly in Linghan's embrace. Ling Jianshui, unyielding despite his mere half-year of life, leapt from Helian Shunshui's arms. He crouched low, eyes blazing, and hurled himself at Helian Tianyun with a shriek that echoed through the void. Yee! Helian Tianyun gasped, astonished. Such dense true dragon blood, this babe dares to challenge me. Yet the assault was relentless. Ling Jianshui struck with the strength of the gushing spring tear, landing a blow that sent Helian Tianyun sprawling. Though once an alternative dragon, his current body-refining tear form was no match for the infant's raw power. Pain and delight mingled in Helian Tianyun's cries. This little one is remarkable. I shall take him as my disciple and impart the ultimate secrets of the dragon race. Linghan's brow arched. You wish to claim my son as your disciple? Your son? Helian Tianyun's eyes sparkled with realization. No wonder his bloodline withstands my dragon might. Yes, this brat shall be mine. Any who oppose me will meet my wrath. Ling Jianshui, undeterred, continued his assault, stepping upon the elder with defiant fury. Linghan muttered instructions to Helian Sun Shui, whose eyes widened with awe and realization. Indeed, this ancient figure was her ancestor. Yet now the dynamics shifted. If Helian Tianyun accepted Ling Jianshui, he would stand on equal footing with both her and Linghan. With a nod, Linghan allowed it. Very well. For the sake of seniority, your disciple he shall be. He lifted Ling Jianshui into Helian Tianyun's waiting embrace. Now, disciple accepted, what of the customary first gift? You are an alternative dragon. Generosity is expected. Helian Tianyun laughed ruefully. I have no treasures to offer, only knowledge. I shall teach all I know, and that surpasses any material wealth. Linghan tossed a few spirit herbs casually. Then take these, refine them swiftly, and match your disciple in power. The elder wasted no time. Chewing the herbs, his aura surged violently, the body once again ascending, this time to the element-gathering tier. The path of cultivation had no barrier for him. Power flowed as naturally as water, unimpeded and absolute. In the stillness that followed, the rebirth of an ancient dragon, the forging of a disciple, and the weaving of destiny itself had begun anew, a tale of might and legacy poised to ripple across the heavens.